morning, I could belong real talk. The streets. Unforgiving. Unflinching. Business as usual. Only the strong can persevere. Let's talk about the streets. A lot of casual folks or people with their pockets kind of straight a little bit have somewhat of a disposable income that they can just, play with. That's where the money is at for the streets. That's the money game that the streets want. That's the demographic. The streets want the money. That's where all the money is at these days, is in the streets. Whether you're contributing, purchasing, known lounges of said illegal activity. That's the makeup of the streets. That's the beast. It's very alluring and it's very addictive. And it's one could be very subject to fall victim to the economics of the streets. For some people, that's all they do. That's all they have. They don't want a 9 to 5. They don't want a job. They don't want a boss, supervisor, management telling them what to do. They want to scrap, hustle. They got this sad bill. They have this bill. They have this X amount of bill. They go out there. They figure they go get it. The go-getters, the hustlers. And that's what they do every day. Uncompromising, unforgiving. They're going out to get the money by any means necessary, and that's just the way it is. They're going to turn a profit. The minimum is going to get that. Their goal, objectively, probably get as much as they can. Everybody loves money. That's what the world is built on. So the streets will never go away. But you do have contributors, people that thrive in the streets, people that take advantage of the streets. And you have that element, that violent element of the streets. That's, in retrospect, is necessary. Because the streets have to police themselves. But then you have people that become, they're made their way into positions that they have certain clout and power. And once they get a taste of that power and the names start ringing bells and they get influential amongst other regions, and they want to hold on to that. In other words, their reputations precede them. And that's what ultimately solidifies them. They want to be looked at as a man of respect, a man who you will not want to play with, especially when it comes to their money. So, or women. It's another one. Know your boundaries, that's all I can say. But the heart is the heart. But know your boundaries. And this is just little things that you have to ask yourself before you want to dip your toe into the street activity, the life. Because once you're in, you're in. Unless you just get to a position where, you can call the shots. You got your money up and you're able to, you can bounce out. But some people still, keep they're still playing in the streets at the same time. They want to, like I said, they want to have that. They want to be the face card of the streets of that neighborhood. But once you bounce out, you can't keep these young lions from not doing what's natural, leveling up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they build a coalition. And then you just have to look at it for what it is and make a decision. And sometimes the decision is to go to war or teach someone a lesson, whatever. Sometimes there's a decision to just bow out. Hey, I'm in position. I'm good. I got a runway now. I got a heck of a head start, so I'm good. I don't have to play in the streets. I could translate my hustle game into corporate America now, with other commodities and this, that, and the other. The streets will set you free if you allow it to. Aki Baluan, real talk. Peace.